guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am filming a pregnancy update. This is actually like the 6th time I have tried to video this and it's just going terribly wrong. So I apologise if you hear any background noise. That is my 1-year-old daughter Chloe. She is watching Peppa Pig whilst eating her lunch and she's probably going to babble halfway through this video, so apologies. I would also like to apologise for being MIA with my pregnancy update. Now, I had filmed quite a few pregnancy updates and I kept trying to upload them and it just wasn't working. And I don't know what I was doing wrong. I did something and then we were having trouble with our internet connection and our router wasn't working and it was just like back and forth hell. Nothing was working. And then I managed, don't even know how, managed to delete my footage. So I don't even know what I did. I just managed to delete it. I wasn't happy. I was pretty bummed about it. I was pretty frustrated and quite angry, but there's nothing I can do about it. I can't get it back. I have tried. Anyway, I'm here now and let's just get into this pregnancy update. So I am currently 33 weeks plus 2 days pregnant. I'm bigger. I am heavier, I am so out of breath, and you will probably see that halfway through this video, all the way through this video actually, because everything puts me out of breath. So yeah, I mean I've recently had a midwife appointment, so I think if I take you through what my midwife said and then I will take you through all my signs, symptoms and cravings and everything that has been going on over the last week. And then, yeah, we'll do all that. So first off, I saw the midwife last week. I was 32 weeks pregnant when I saw her. And she started off the appointment by taking my blood pressure, which was absolutely perfect. Who knew that you could have perfect blood pressure through pregnancy? I didn't. I've had 5 other babies and normal blood pressure just has never been a thing for me. It's always been really high, so it was quite surprising that my blood pressure is staying perfect and I'm trying my best to keep it that way. It just surprises me. I'm pleased with that. Okay, if I keep looking down as well, I have notes that I have written about everything that I want to say in this video because my memory is just like ugh. Okay, so as well, I should have really mentioned that she came to the house instead of me going to our birthing unit to see her because I was very poorly. I had fevers, I had infection in my sinuses, I had infection in my ears, I also had a kidney infection and I was just on antibiotics and painkillers, and basically I was lay here for most of the time. I was just lying here with a pillow and a blanket feeling sorry for myself and just trying to get over it. So they were really nice and said that they would come to the house to see me rather than me traipsing across town to get there. So yeah, she did my blood pressure and then she measured up my tummy. She actually measured with her hands. She did this really cool thing where she measured with her fingers because she'd actually forgotten the tape measure, which can't be helped. I didn't have one to hand, so I couldn't do it. You know, I couldn't give her one to do it with. So yeah, she measured her up at 30 weeks now. Like I said, I was 32 weeks when she came here. So she was measuring 2 weeks behind, but she did say that her head is fully engaged, hence a whole lot of pressure down below. I kind of gathered that she had engaged. But she said because she had engaged, that might be why she's measuring smaller, because she is tucked right into my pelvis. She is resting on the cervix. She is right down there. So everything's kind of moved down, and yeah, I have half of my body back, kind of. But yeah, she's right down there, so she is ready to rock and roll. She did check my urine specimen. Obviously, if you are pregnant or you have been pregnant or you're going to get pregnant again, you will know that at every midwife appointment you have to take a specimen bottle of your urine with you so they can check your waters for things like protein, electrolytes, ketones and glucose, things like that, to make sure everything is in order. I apologise for the lighting. It has just gone very, very dark outside. I'm kind of thinking maybe we're going to get a storm, possibly, so I apologise for that. It's just terrible. Anyway, yes, so she checked my waters. Surprisingly, again, I had no protein. Now, I have never ever had a pregnancy where I did not have protein in my waters. I feel like I should turn on a lamp. Okay, so sorry about that. I've put some lamps on. I've put a big light on and I've put a lamp in front of me on so you can see me now. Anyway, as I was saying, I have never ever had a pregnancy where I have not had protein showing up in my waters. And even, you know, I had 2 pregnancies that ended up, one ended up in preeclampsia, one ended up in eclampsia. So, and I've always had a protein throughout my pregnancy. So this will be the first one that has not shown up any protein, which is fantastic. However, now I did have obviously electrolytes show up in my specimen because I was unwell with infection in my kidneys. So I had that, which was expected, but I also had show up some ketones. Now normally if you have ketones in your water, you get kind of shipped off to the hospital for some testing and things like that, but the midwife said to me, she was very old school and she knew what she was talking about, and she said to me that she wasn't going to send me to the hospital for now. She wants me to kind of switch up my diet and eat 6 small meals a day. So I'm having my 3 main meals but smaller, and then snacking in between, just to kind of stay on top of my nutrition, because I think ketones are something to do with being a little bit malnourished or not kind of thriving properly. And obviously the last thing I want is my unborn daughter not thriving. So I'm taking that advice in hand and I'm doing that. So yeah, there was that. What else did we have? Yes, so she is completely and utterly fully engaged. She is right down low. You can see in my tummy has moved right down. I will try and get a bump shot at the end of this film, video, whatever you call it. Yeah, you can see where she has really kind of shifted down, but that is putting like an excess amount of pressure down on my cervix, on my hips, on my pelvic bone, which is causing a little bit of SPD. Now, I've had SPD in the past. It can be painful. SPD is symphysis pubis disorder or dysfunction, whichever way you choose to say it. I do believe it's something to do with a little muscle that goes across your pelvis. So she has suggested that I wear a support belt, which I have actually purchased. I'm waiting for delivery, so that will be here shortly, and that will just kind of lift everything up, so it will take the weight of it rather than my pelvis taking the weight of it. But that was pretty much our appointment in a nutshell. I have an upcoming appointment with my consultant in 2 weeks' time, and we are going to decide exactly what's going to happen with the birth of this one. Now, my last 2 labours went very, very quickly. They were spontaneous. My first one arrived on my living room floor. My second one arrived on, well, in the ambulance outside of a racing course on a main road. It was horrific. It was so traumatic. They had a helicopter on standby because I was at risk of hemorrhage. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. So I want something kind of set in stone of what we're going to do. If I do go into spontaneous labour in the house, I'm going to ask for, again, have an emergency delivery pack in the house ready and waiting, and the emergency number right there so the midwives can come to the house. And I do not want to be removed from the house if I do have that spontaneous labour, because it was just trying to make it to the hospital was just the wrong decision to make, I think, and that was made by a midwife. But for me personally, for my baby and myself and even my husband's sake, it was better for us we should have just stayed at home. It was quite traumatic. I think maybe what I should do is do like a story time video and tell you guys all about what happened in my previous labours. I've had 5 of them already, but it was my last 2 that were the most traumatic. So maybe do a story time video and I'll tell you about that. If you that's something you want to see, then please let me know. So yeah, hopefully we will set a plan in stone and just kind of get it going. Now, over the last week, let's talk about that. So my symptoms really have been that I am very, very tired, but in the same respect, I cannot sleep. I can be absolutely exhausted and not be able to keep my head up, but as soon as I get into bed and as soon as my head goes on that pillow, I'm wide awake. It's almost like my body won't let me sleep. And if it's not that, it's me getting up every 2 seconds to pee. Now, we you know, as you get to the later stages of pregnancy, that's just kind of a thing. You go back to peeing every 2 seconds. So it can't be helped, but yes, I have considered wearing a diaper to bed. That's how serious it is. I'm just so tired and just really need some sleep. And obviously I cannot sleep through the day because I am a mummy to other children and they need my attention and things need to be done. So, and Dad has to go to work and we don't really have anybody else that can help us. So, you know, I have to kind of just get on with it. Other symptoms, just being really achy. My bones are aching, my muscles are aching, everything's aching, everything's heavy. But surprisingly, I'm not as heavy as I was with my other pregnancies. I'm actually a lot lighter, but I'm finding this one a lot more painful and a lot more difficult to move around, which is odd because, like I say, I'm a lot smaller. She is at the moment posterior, so we are back to back, and that's causing a lot of backache as well. So it's just, I keep trying to get her to move and she just won't. She will not move. She keeps slipping back into that position where her feet and her hands and her arms are at the front and her chest is facing outwards, and we're just spine to spine. It is not comfortable. I'm still very thirsty. I am craving, I'm craving icy cold drinks. Cannot get enough of them. I'm constantly carrying around my water. This is my Hydramate bottle. I'm constantly filling this up now, and it has to have ice in it. It's actually melted now, but it has to be kind of filled up with ice. Thank you. You give me your rubbish. Thank you. I will put that in the bin for you. What, these? Sorry. There you go. You're welcome. Oh, I'll get some apple too. Thank you. Oh, did you bite this? Yeah. I forgot what I'm saying now. Yeah, anyway, we're back to back. So that's a lot of achy pains. My lady chest area, my breasts, boobs, boobies, whatever you want to call them, are sore and heavy and leaking colostrum already, which again my midwife keeps assuring me that things like that are a sign of imminent labour coming on. And I have been getting a lot of, well, it started off with Braxton Hicks, and over the last 2-3 days I've been getting on and off painful contractions. Some are just kind of breathtaking, some of them really make me feel like I want to cry, and it just, they keep starting and stopping. They start, they're regular, then they're irregular, then they stop altogether. So it's kind of hard to know what's going on, but my midwife is positive that I am not going to go to full term. I just think we should just wait and see. When she's ready to come, she will come out. I can't stop her, but I don't want it happening just yet. I've never had a premature baby before, and I don't wish to have one now. I just, you know, I don't think any mummy wants to have a baby born too early. if they can help it. So yeah, I'm just kind of taking it easy and going slowly and doing kind of my housework all slowly and taking care of the kids and getting everything in place, just doing it all very slowly and relaxed and keeping calm. So yeah, that was another thing that I was having, another symptom that I was having lots of different kinds of contractions. Excuse me. That would be another symptom. I cannot stop belching. It has been the most uncouth, unladylike thing that I've had all the way through this pregnancy, and there is no stopping it. So I've had that going on. I've been really emotional as well. I've had the urge to cry at the most bizarre times, and the urge to just laugh really, really hard. And what do you need? Yeah, just to laugh really hard at things that aren't funny. And so I'm kind of confusing my husband with my emotions as well. Hunger. My appetite at this point would usually go up, and I would be like ridiculously hungry and want to eat everything I can, but actually this time I don't seem to be really hungry that much at all. I can't finish a full meal. I'm not eager to snack. I'm just kind of normal. And I haven't gained that much weight either. I think I've gained now about 16, 17 pounds since the beginning. I think that's about right. It keeps fluctuating up and down. Obviously where I've been poorly it dropped a little bit and then it came up, and yeah, so I think it's about between 16 and 17 pounds. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Oh, it's apple. Some for you. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much all of that's been going on. I will be posting videos from now on every week, hopefully. Fingers crossed that my connection stays connected. It has been a bit iffy today. It keeps going on and off. I actually have my TV connected to the internet and it keeps cutting out every so often, so I'm hoping that I can get this video posted without any hiccups in between. So yeah, I suppose I should try and get a bump shot, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. So there you have it, my 33-week baby bump. As you can see, she's dropped down quite significantly. She actually starts, let me feel, that's the start of her there. So she starts from here, so she has dropped down quite significantly. It's not so sexy from the front, is it? I don't like how my belly button has gone all the way down here, and it's very, very tight here. So yeah, there you have it. My 33-week baby belly. Whew.
We'll get in my belly.
So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, then be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comment box below. And again, if you would like to see any videos in the future, please let me know. Like I said, I may do a story time video on my previous 2 labours with my last 2 children. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon. I love you all. Bye for now.